Hey Rainbows, welcome back to my channel. I'm Max and today I've got a very exciting video because I'm sitting down and doing a review and wear test of the new Jeffree Star Cosmetics Magic Star Concealer and Setting Powder. Now I have put these to the test today and I've got some thoughts for you guys. So if you would like to see how these performed throughout the day, then definitely keep on watching. Okay guys, so as I said in my intro, I'm going to be reviewing, testing and doing a wear test of the new Magic Star Concealer and Setting Powder. Now I first of all show you the boxes, so they come in these super cute pink packaging, very Jeffree, and the Magic Star Concealer looks like this. It's got like a nice holographicness to it. I went for shade C3. It was actually super hard to match myself online. I did actually go all the way to London to the Morphe store thinking that these would be out. I actually picked these up on the 19th online and I matched myself to C3, and then with the powder I decided to go with Fair because I was thinking translucent. It said on the website like ultra brightening and I wasn't sure if I wanted an ultra brightening. I just wanted something that would set my foundation in place and not change the shade, so that is why I went for that. So first of all I'm going to open these up and just show you the components. Now I have opened these already and swatched them on my Instagram just to let you know, but yeah, it looks like this. They're absolutely gorgeous. They've got like nice little details. There's a metal star up here, the pink, and yeah, I really like the way it looks. The only thing, and that is with both of these, that slightly concerns me is the amount of product you get in them. This concealer only has 3.4 milliliters. If I compare it to something, I'm sorry this is really dirty, but it's my NARS one, this has 6 milliliters, so you are getting like half the amount and this is already small. So even though the component is bigger with the Jeffree one, I do think, well I do wish that they came with a little bit more product, and the same with the powder. The powder is 10 grams and then something like the Laura Mercier, that's 30 grams, so you're getting 3 times the amount. These retail for £21 here in the UK or $22 in the US, so that exchange rate is not the best. But yeah, I'm excited to try them out and give them a wear test and give them a chance on my skin. So I'm going to open this up and show you what the packaging of the powder looks like because it's really cool. So it looks like this. It's so gorgeous. I really like that. I have opened it up already on my Instagram as well, so it's a little bit dirty inside. But it did come with a strip of plastic that you lift up, and I'm just going to show you kind of like the colour on my hand. I'll put a bit on the back of my hand. So it's just blending into nothing obviously, but it feels really nice and smooth and it smells like cotton candy. So I'm going to be reviewing these throughout the day and I'm going to be checking in with you guys. So let's start with the concealer. So first of all, what I've done is just go ahead and put some foundation down, and that's literally it. I haven't set it because I want to use the powder. I'm going to be using this concealer and we're going to pray that it is my shade. So I'm going to go in underneath my eyes. Let's not mess around here, let's just go for it and see how it blends out. Now I have had very dry under eyes recently, so I'm interested to see you know, how it holds up with my dry under eyes and whether it will, you know, make them feel drier, whether it will look really creased. I don't know how quick this dries down, so I'm just going to start under the eyes. I'm not going to put any down my nose or my forehead or anything. I'm going to be taking my Morphe sponge, of course, to buff this out. Let's do it. Okay, so first impressions, it's blending out nicely. It's not clinging to any dry patches so far. It is quite full coverage, so I probably could have done with going in with a bit less than that, to be honest, because I'm not trying to do a super full coverage base today, but I did want to test it out properly. Now I normally go in with a sponge like that, and then I go in with my finger because I do get quite a lot of creases. So I'm just going to do that now. Shade wise, not bad actually. Probably a little bit too yellow toned for me, but if I went in with more of a full coverage foundation then it might match up okay, but I'm not mad at it, to be honest. Okay, so that's all blended out. I'm just going to come a little bit closer so you can see on camera how that looks. Hope that is focusing well. I'm now going to go with a little bit down my nose, forehead and chin, and then we will set everything in place. Also, to let you guys know that this has no scent at all. Yeah, it's completely scent free, which I love because I do think sometimes scents can, you know, aggravate people's skin. Let's open this up and look at the powder. So this is in shade Fair, as I said. I'm just going to open this component and tap a little bit out into the lid. Oh my god, it smells so good. So as you can see, I've got some in the lid there. Now I think I'm going to go in with a brush, and then if that doesn't set it properly, I will go in with my sponge. I have really dry under eyes, like I said, so I don't like to go in with sponges at the moment. I'm going to be taking this xoxo 522, which is actually a tapered highlighter brush, but I really like it for getting under the eyes. I will go ahead quickly and get those creases out, and then we will set it in place and see how the powder performs on top of the concealer. Okay, so I'm fairly happy with that. It hasn't clung to any dry patches, it hasn't creased too much. I'm just going to go ahead and set the rest of the face, and then I will do a close-up for you guys before I finish the rest of my makeup. Okay, so I've gone ahead and set the face in place. I'm just going to do a bit of a zoom in for you guys so you can see exactly what it looks like close up. So I'm just zoomed in just to show you exactly what it looks like. It's set really nicely, it hasn't creased too much. I definitely want to see how it lasts throughout the day. Before I go off and do that, I'm going to finish my makeup, and then I will come back and tell you guys a little bit about what I'm going to do next, and then we will do some check-ins throughout the day. Okay guys, so I went ahead and finished up my makeup, and I'm just going to give some first impressions from trying out the concealer and the powder. First of all, the concealer. I'm actually really enjoying the way that this is looking. It's given a nice soft matte finish. When I finished my makeup, I sprayed with some Fix Plus, and I did notice a couple of like creases come back because obviously I added water back in. So I actually decided to go ahead and bake with the powder because I wanted to see how it would look considering I have dry under eyes, and I actually think it set the concealer in place way better than when I used a brush. So I think this could be, well, especially with me anyway, the way to set this, just use a beauty sponge and bake with it, because I didn't leave it on for long, but I just, you know, pressed it underneath, and I feel like it's set it in place a lot better, and I prefer the way that it looks. And then the powder, I really enjoy the way that this makes my pores and my skin look. I think it makes my skin look nice and smooth. The only thing with this so far that I don't like is the scent. It was actually one of the things that I liked at the beginning, but when you're putting it over your whole face, it's actually quite overwhelming. So yeah, it's very strong. Now I don't feel like it's aggravated my skin, but I do feel like it's an unnecessarily strong scent. Now I am going to read through some of the claims that Jeffree Star Cosmetics has said about the concealers and powders before I go off and do a full day wear test, just so we can see if it's going to live up to those claims. So we'll start with the Magic Star Concealer. It says it's a unique, creamy, high coverage liquid concealer. It comes in over 30 shades. It helps even out skin tone, has 20% pigment and can cover tattoos. So it's definitely high coverage so far. It has anti-aging properties which can help reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. It says it has a self-setting effect to keep you looking flawless for hours. I personally did not notice that. I did have to set it because it was creasing on me. So whether that will change, you know, per person, I'm not sure. I haven't actually watched any other reviews on this concealer or powder yet. I only saw Jeffree's video where he announced them, so I'm not comparing it to anything. This is literally my own views, and I'm just giving you guys the real tea. So that is the concealer. Let's go ahead and check out the powder and see what it says about that. It says, introducing our first ever setting powder formula. The ultra fine, soft and luxurious formula is infused with vitamin C and E, with a special blend of silica that controls oil and keeps you looking flawless all day. Experience the airbrush Jeffree Star approved blurring effect, pores, creasing, who can't relate. Currently available in 8 stunning shades. So yeah, I actually really like the powder. I think it's set everything in place, as I said, but it is definitely that scent. So far, they are both living up to the claims, apart from the self-setting effect with the concealer. It doesn't actually, from what I can see, have any claims about like longevity. It doesn't say, you know, whether it should last 12 hours or 24 hours, so I literally have no idea. One thing that I do want to say quickly is how impressed I am with the shade range of both of these products. This actually comes in 8 shades, which is really fab for a setting powder. A lot of the time brands just have one, and sometimes one for like light skin and one for people of colour. And then the concealer, of course, that comes in 30 shades and 2 colour correcting shades, which I'm really impressed by, to be fair. This shade that I chose, I do like. I think it's slightly yellow toned, but I can get away with it. Like I said, with a different foundation, because I'm actually wearing quite a low coverage foundation today. Maybe this would work better with a really high coverage foundation. But I'm not going to give my final thoughts yet. I want to go off and see how these last throughout the day. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now, and then I will check back in with you guys soon. Hey guys, so I'm here doing my first check-in. It's been about 3 hours since I put the concealer and setting powder on. I have not had to touch up my face at all yet. I'm just going to give you a quick look of the concealer. I think it's looking really nice. I'm quite impressed. It has not creased on me. Like I did say, I do have like a couple of fine lines here, but listen, no concealer is going to get rid of those because they exist on my face. But it hasn't accentuated everything, and I'm really feeling good. So I will check back in another about 5 hours and do a final check-in on camera and give my final thoughts. So see you. Okay guys, so I'm back for my final check-in. It has been about 8 hours since I first put on this face of makeup and put down that concealer and powder. I'm just going to take a close look and just give you my thoughts on how it's lasted throughout the day. So let's start with the concealer. It has not budged. It has not settled into any fine lines. I'm actually really happy with the way that it looks under my eyes. Let's move on to the powder. I'm actually really loving the way that the powder sat on my skin. It feels weightless, and I have not really had to touch up my foundation at all. The only thing I touched up is my lipstick, but obviously that's going to happen because I've had lunch and dinner and things like that, so that's obviously going to happen. But yeah, the one thing with the powder is the scent. I'm really not a fan of the scent. It was quite strong to me. I know Jeffree said it's a light scent, but to me it felt too strong, and I found that it took a while before it kind of dissipated. It isn't a deal breaker for me. It's definitely something that I can deal with, but I do wish that it was lightly scented, or possibly not scented at all. The one other thing that I would say is a con of these products is just the price you get for the amount. I think that Jeffree could have put, you know, a little bit more product in the packaging. It's £21, you know, it's not the end of the world. There are concealers that are a lot more expensive, but I think 3.5 millilitres of product is not a lot. So that is my one other gripe with this. But moving on to the pros now, you know, it does spread a really long way, so I could see this lasting quite a long time. And I guess it makes them more travel friendly at the end of the day. Packaging, you know, it is super gorgeous, it's very Jeffree, and I enjoy it. Other things that I really enjoyed about this, the concealer. Now, I've never had this with another concealer before, so this is the one thing that I really love. It's very buildable. Now, I find with a lot of concealers that I use, when I try and kind of, you know, touch up or add more because I want more coverage, in general it gets really weird, cakey, and kind of splits apart. With this, I find it really easy to build up, and even like earlier on in the day, I kind of like wiped my face by accident and I took away a little bit of concealer in here. I literally came in and dabbed the tiniest little bit of concealer on top, and it did not go funny, it did not go weird, and I've never had that before, so that's something that I'm really impressed with. Another pro about the powder is the way that I feel it made my pores look. I feel like it made my skin look smooth and my pores look smaller, so that is what, you know, you look for in a powder. So overall, I think you can tell by now, but these are definitely a Max's look. Hell yes. I'm so happy with the way these performed. You know, are they life-changing? No. They're not going to absolutely change your life. Are they incredible products? Yes, they are. They do what they say on the tin, and I really enjoy using them. I cannot wait to continue using them. If you guys did enjoy this video, please give it a massive thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to my channel down below if you haven't already, and join this rainbow family that we have going on here. Don't forget to hit that notifications bell so you know every time I post a video and you don't miss a thing. I'll place all of my other social medias down here, so please go and give me a follow on all of those, and I'll place my blog down there as well. Take care everyone, and I'll see you on the next one.